he posed me here, so. I like the thing where we're in your home there, we're talking about the explosives you dropped on the ground. Oh, we shouldn't talk about that.
Oh, John loves explosives.
No, oh, never mind. I was just thinking of potassium permanganate and some of the adventures I might have had some time ago, but.
Red phosphorus, for instance.
Well, let's talk about the history between you guys and tell us, John, why did you want to come here to see Ken? I mean, this was one incredible ride that I had.
On the way, yeah.
It's not on the way. It is not on the way.
I always enjoyed.
Oh, but that last little hooky loud down by Interstate 5 where you have to cut across to 80 and then over to
Indeed,
Wood.
there's just no way to get across that far. It's not on the way.
Always like talking to Ken, and
That's pretty heavily chlorinated.
Oh, yes.
they're not
I
teleprompted.
bottled water and I have some.
Yeah, we lost our coordinator. We can't help this. Wow. Gotta say some bad words.
Okay.
We're saying bad words.
Bad words now. Oh well. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I didn't realize we're so close to the ocean. I'm kind of an ocean person.
Well, we used to live very close. We used to live near Freestone, which is 5 miles from the ocean. With all the advantages without the disadvantages. And so on.
Remember that? I think it was Yin and Henry Jacobs.
Yeah, I forgot all about Yen.
She left for India around 2000.
To stay, huh? Or to be there a long time.
Be there a long time. She's working with Steven Seagal, mutual friend of ours.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I know a fellow that had a son, stayed with him for quite a while. It was Hal Puff's oldest son. And somehow in the process of being there, he got severe diabetes attack and had to be shipped home to Texas in a box practically. He was really bad off.
Wow.
Seagal.
I met Steven around 1999. He was had his Pinot Rampichet over at his home there. So it was the end, Chris, and we'd go in there and stay for a day or two and then go back to Sherwood and back and forth. Rather an interesting adventure.
So, John, what's always fascinated you about Ken?
Just
Other than his stunning good looks, what is it?
Good Lord.
Well,
Just after the camera broke.
I like the way Ken is honest. I like the way he talks. I like his friendship, and I like his science. So I know what he speaks of these things. I kind of understand that. Very sensitive, very end.
There are very few people, that interface with the things that we play with. Real hard to get a conversation going in the average group.
So you and John can have conversation
We're
about
better arranged at that than
Okay.
not. So, you go into a bar, don't expect to get an audience. That's the case for both of us, I'm pretty sure. Oh, he could get an audience out of his stage life, but I got no stage life.
Yeah, that's no stage life stuff. My stage stuff, I guess I probably could get an audience, but I just kind of feel like what Ken is saying and that, and I can tune into it, and I respect it,
In this business of who to talk to, you have to ask very selfishly, what am I going to get out of this? And there's not much you can expect.
What do you want to get out of it?
Help.
For what?
Move the field. My next step. I need a bite. Give me a boost.
What do you need for a boost? You don't need corporate America. The bankers are grubbies.
Can't afford it.
Can't afford it. So what do you need what do you need to get to the next step?
Well, actual physical motion and experimentation, but the question is really posed around what person can do what to help you get there. And I guess I'm finding more and more there aren't any. You get there by yourself or you don't get there.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
I hate that in some ways because it's so counter-social. It is absolutely criminal talk almost.
What about, I mean, it goes against so much of synergism of bringing two energies of people together to create a third energy, a third force. So if you're all by yourself, all you have is yourself.
Well, that's not a singularity necessarily. Yourself.
As long as you've
in a
got
complex structure.
multiple personalities, you're fine.
Oh, there are plenty of personalities to deal with. If not personalities, effects. Things definitely can be used.
But what good is it? If it's only something that you've worked on and you want to advance this, for what reason do you want to advance it?
Well, that's a question, that I've many, many years on the wrong side of. Now try, for your purposes only, to straighten it out. I used to hate to say I'm for advancing for social benefit, for the good of mankind.
Who you can't talk to about this.
So I can't talk to you, but I have to advance them, or I don't have any goal to reach. I have to include mankind as my beneficiary. That's all there is. I can impart a certain amount, a small amount, to my family, but it is very small. And
Is your cell phone?
Yeah, if you want to, I'll turn this off.
talk to the cell phone.
Yeah, it's a cell phone. Okay.
That's so much for the cell phone.
I was basically alone in all this stuff, and I found it fun to play with it. Not really, just general major interest. Then these scientists came along and wanted to promote it to.
Well, it's another stage, as I look at it, of awareness. Like in the very first stage, it is just fun for yourself. But after a while, you begin to look around and say, well, there must be more to it than that.
What if that's all it is? What if it is just fun for Ken?
I have a certain economic necessity, let's call it. It's not to make money. It's economics of life, distribution of energies and things. And I don't allow play, I say. Of course I do, but I don't want to admit it. We don't play. We're working. So it has to be cemented in that way, or otherwise you're just liable to stop and play. And how can you measure that? I'm not getting anywhere in the main thing I was trying to do.
Well, you sound like you're stuck in a box, Ken, if you can't play.
Hell, we are in a box. We're in a box biologically. We can only take certain temperature extremes.
Yeah.
We can only take so many G's or less. We are in a box. It's just a question of shape. Now, I like my box to have some tendrils that reach way out into time.
Right.
Somewhere else. I like to pull back great mysteries, look at them over, solve them, put them God knows where, because sometimes,
Sounds like great play.
well, I do real good at that.
Let's play.
I'm one hell of a frontiersman playboy.
There you go.
No, it's definitely frontier.
But I don't admit the play part. It's the wrong word, and maybe something else has to be in there. There has to be a reward somehow wrapped up with play.
Why?
Well, you wouldn't play if there wasn't some reward in it, It's
Why?
got to work that way. Which is why stuff. You can't say why. You know.
See,
Mommy, why?
the duality of you is fascinating, Ken, because you work on this frontier scientific, and you can't have any of the other scientists who are in their boxes understand you.
Oh, they won't. They shouldn't.
But then I ask you, why do you put yourself in these boxes of plays and reward
There's no choice.
and the rules? Of course there is.
No.
But see, you're doing the same thing.
Well, look,
you're doing the
if I
same
let
thing.
myself loose totally,
Yes.
I would probably start looking into, well, how does this stuff couple into religion? I
Yes.
see a little hook there.
Yes.
And how does this stuff couple into bioexcretia, or whatever it is? A lot of biological things are going along that I see some overlaps in.
Yeah.
One of those papers is written up in such a way
But you can't risk doing that, Ken, because it might blow out your box.
No, it doesn't. It raises hell with efficiency.
Well,
I
damn
can't get down the road to
efficiency.
do what I can kind of imagine where I ought to be, and if I don't do this, that, and the other at a certain rate or pace, I won't get there.
Why not? Oh, now there's another restriction you put on yourself. If you play
I'm not
with,
for taking all restrictions off. I've got to restrict the hell out of myself, or I scatter. I know what diffusion looks like. I hate it. It's stuff going in all directions when you could have kind of refocused it a little bit better and got some more leverage out of it.
or if you diffused, you might have gone around the other side and saw the back side. of it.
Remember, diffusion kind of wanders around in strange ways.
Yeah,
Get to the back side by diffusing.
sure you
You
can.
do well. There are too few things over there to work with when you are diffused. I'd rather marshal all these little things and aim them, strike home. That's it. It's all about getting power enough to get to the next step. And to do that, you don't diffuse. You focus. And that's a box. You call it a box, it's a box.
Yeah.
I just want it to be a good box that I can stand on to get to the next step.
So how much of you are German? What percentage of you is German heritage?
I can't find any, although some
Yes,
names
I-
are similar. Schuler and,
This is very much the
Probably
German
German.
word.
well, I'm not gonna give it- the Germans credit for being as good as I am at this. How much are Germans of me? There is a way to get somewhere if you've got this kind of thing as a goal. I got this kind of thing as a goal, so I use every trick that I can muster. And maybe I found a lot of German parts that fell off. Stick them back
See, I
on.
think when you half sleep, you're out playing, and you just won't admit it because that's your playtime.
No, that's my hunt time.
Of course, it's play, but you're hunting and playing.
Okay, if you're gonna get it down to the hunting thing,
You're playing hunt and go seek.
I'm hunting like heck. Search.
Play is defined as enjoyment.
I do that
You
often.
enjoy
I
doing it.
pick up
Yeah.
things, I look at them, I discard them, maybe they're too heavy to carry. I don't carry a trailer full of stuff like John. I would be going there with a handbag wherever I'm going.
Well, he's got the handbag. I have this trailer. I mean, that's 1/10 of what was in that apartment.
Yeah,
Wow. That'd be like a a tractor trailer load of stuff.
that's not even full, it's just heavy.
Yeah.
So
And
we all leave these bodies at any given time.
Now,
And sometimes we do it temporarily, and sometimes we do it permanently. Everyone will at one point leave the body permanently. If you had something that you wanted to say to people, if you, let's say, you guys left your bodies permanently tonight, what would you like to be on the record of what you said?
I didn't have to pay.
You didn't have to pay what?
Anything.
Anything.
I'm gone.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always a collector around looking for something. Not an actual bill collector. A collector of some kind.
Collectors.
Somebody that wants something you got.
And you think
Wow.
you think that that's happening, that's the synergism that we have in the society, is everybody wants something that somebody else has.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I like collecting old muskets. I think they're kind of cool things.
There you are. Well, it is. They were handmade, probably.
Yeah.
What do you collect, Ken?
Ask Claire. Everything.
No.
I've got a storage building.
You have a storage building
Oh,
full of
have I got a
stuff?
storage building? I got, yeah, 3,500 square feet of metal building with stuff stacked to the roof.
And what's in
Wow.
it?
He goes to movies sometimes, action films.
Yeah? And tries to figure out what he could get from the set to put in his building.
Nah.
I think he just spaces out.
Oh.
Yeah, well, this is another way of going to sleep.
Yeah, I didn't.
Almost.
No, wait a minute. Are you speaking of a real storage locker?
Yeah, I got a real storage locker.
Wow.
Bigger than all hell. All kinds of good stuff in it. I
Wow.
have to ride up there. It's a 190-mile round trip. I have to do that about once a month to gather parts and take other stuff back I can't store here.
Wow. I didn't know you were such an avid collector.
Such a what?
Avid collector?
I was a collector of my lab stuff, that's all it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's,
No, it isn't.
well,
No, it isn't.
Oh,
well, yes, it might be lab stuff that goes back 60 years, but,
No, there's more than that.
well,
The guys always refer to it as lab stuff, but
okay.
it's not always.
yeah, that,
Right,
I
exactly.
think it was 2000.
Well, are you referring to old clothing? I got old clothing.
Me too.
Are you referring to old pictures? I got old pictures. Like what is it you are alluding to, lady?
Your shoe collection?
My what?
Shoes? Are you a
Shoes.
shoe collector?
Hell no, I've got about 11 pairs total, and I just found about 6 of those.
And
Yes,
how
they were
old are
buried.
they?
Huh? What do you say?
How old are they? How long have you had those?
Oh, they're
High school?
70 years. They still fit. Who cares their age? Look, you're looking at a pair of pants now that I just found.
They look pretty good, I must
These
admit.
are 70
It's
years
close,
old.
I can see them.
7?
No,
70.
really?
How old are you, Ken?
83.
You're 83, so you've had those since you were 13 years old?
14, 15, in that category.
Wow.
I
You're
was a
still,
lanky kid.
yeah, well, he's kept his girlish figure.
Sort
Well,
of.
I come through a pair of these in a
The
month.
clothes have
several
been
months
hung in
and-
the closet this long, taking
They stretched.
space.
they're there. I just found them. I used to use blue jeans, 2 pairs, you know, over and over and over and over and over and over. Suddenly, I found these clothes. Hey, look at these ain't too bad. You
Oh,
know?
that's pretty cool.
No, I think
And,
that,
I think that's fantastic.
now I've got about,
I buy the clothes. For me.
she hadn't bought these clothes, any for me, in so long. We can't even get a number for it hardly. But it's,
Oh, no, you've gotten some nice gifts from me. Clothing.
Uh-oh.
You have a nice
Here
shirt.
comes the
nice
fight.
Dress shirt.
well, some
Nice.
shirt somewhere you do claim, and that's
Nice dress shirt. That's really-
But when did that
Good
come
looking.
from? About 1960.
No, that was later than that, no.
Well, not much. Anyway, clothing and
Okay.
I got a couple, in the trailer, a couple of boxes full of clothes.
Yes, and he wears the same shirt over and over again. He wears a size, he puts a size in John's, double extra large. He buys a medium shirt so that it bumps out his muscles in his arms.
I'm gonna show it off to the
Yes.
big chicks,
uh,
right?
That's right, gotta have those chickies look at those big arms of yours.
Exactly.
So, okay guys, I'm gonna wrap up your little taping here, John. So what else would you like to know from Ken, and then you guys can goof around off camera.
oh, thank you.
Yes, thanks a lot. Well, I just, Ken mentioned the trailer that you're pulling, like a anchor.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Ken had such a huge storage locker of stuff.
You cannot use my storage locker.
Absolutely, no, I
We ain't going back north, we're gonna go south.
yeah, so
Yeah.
what I done was de-anchor myself from a lot of stuff.
De-anchored.
De-anchored.
De-anchored. So, tell me.
Left anchor.
De-anchor. So about Ken and you, let's put something at the end like, what's your, deep heartfelt feelings about the man sitting to your left?
Who, me?
I wish you'd taken a shower last night.
John took one.
I took a shower.
No, I'm talking, John doesn't know the left from right either.
No, I don't.
I just
It's like-
kind of saying what he's
It's just your other left.
That's right, I keep saying the other left. On your left, John, look to your left.
This is my right, this is my left, okay, yes. All right, Ken.
What would you like to say about
John,
the
where'd you
man
come
to your
from?
left, to the
I
left
just sort
of
of
you?
bumped out of nowhere.
The man to the left of you, you guys keep moving away from each other like you
Because
don't like each other.
Oh, no, we like each other, we just want to get
It's
through.
that shower thing.
It's that shower.
So look at the man to your left and
Yeah.
just say, tell him what you think. Tell him what you feel about, your friendship, and just
I love
give him
you
something.
deeply.
I love you deeply, Ken. Hey, hold on, it's back,
Looks
roll
like
up.
Comedy Central.
Roll that up there. No, I just, I've always been fascinated by.
Why don't you look at it and tell him that?
Why should you?
Dr. Phil.
Let's cancel this dang direct.
You want to hold hands while you do this.
No.
At least look at him and tell him, say, you know, you were my bud and my blah, 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 and you were thick and thin, and the
sounding like one of those
the
directors
EVOs and you and me.
little shows, any show, where they show somebody busily walking down outside and going to their office, you know.
Yeah.
They always put that piece in. Now, what's that got to do with the guy, really? That he can walk? Let's assume it.
Yeah.
You know, and cut some of this tape down. So, you got your thing you want to throw in here, I can just tell. You want us to get out and walk? Show us in motion? Doing something? I don't think so. Let's cut this dang thing. We've embraced enough.
You've embraced enough. As they're putting their hands together, we've embraced enough.
Yeah, somebody that reads body language is going to say this is a closed mind. This guy is not letting out what he should. He's keeping it to himself.
Yes, really. This is really good tape what you're doing right now too, illustrating this.
I'm doing the same thing.
That's right.
I guess it has a meaning of some kind.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll cut it, and it's been fun. We got some good stuff, I think. I think we got at least 5 minutes in there. We can
we get a few minutes out of it somewhere.
You know how
So we're at the rest stop, just coming into Los Angeles. Night of September 27th. It's actually 1:30 in the morning, September 28th. And look what I found over here. The rest stop. Well, who would that be?
In LA, I think this is acceptable. Los Angeles, California, where I come. Renegade Canadian. Is in Melbourne. Just, look at it. We just right downtown and Ventura Boulevard. Hey, that's where the magic happens.
And what do we have here?
What?
And what do we have here? We have the infamous trailer with Andy's truck.
World famous designer.
And John doing his nighttime routine. So John, how many supplements do you take? 100 or 2? Okay.
Make sure you take your vitamins.
Okay. Make sure you take your vitamins. Say it again, John.
Make sure you take your vitamins to keep yourself healthy.
So this is the infamous Andy's truck. And over here is the shut-off, the safety shut-off device. Look, it's right there.
Needle touches the embedded screw now. Is this new?
This is the new.
Oh, it's shiny.
Yeah, it's a new shiny rebuilt fuel injector pump right there. This guy. Right there. That was spitting fuel all over the place. And then, of course, there's the new battery that we had to get. So this particular corner of the truck has been kind of problematic, hasn't it?
Yes, and we surgical applications will help keep it running. It's flat belts, that's okay.
Yeah. We're just hoping this guy here, the radiator's gonna make it. And he said it's got a bunch of minerals in it, which makes it so that it doesn't work that well. So lots of
Use Carl.
fun tricks. What's this down here? Well, this is interesting.
People with water.
No, this is green stuff down here. Green stuff right here. That's usually that's like fluid, antifreeze.
Well, they were washing it out there with water.
Oh, you think that because they were washing with water over here, that might have spilled over some green? What? Oh, they might. You know what it is? They probably dye the grass to make it look green. And that just as a spillover. Here we are. We just made it through the pass. It's morning. It is morning on what's the day today? It's Tuesday. Tuesday, the 28th of September. Giddy, giddy, giddy. There's the infamous restrooms. Gotta go run.
Gateway to Los Angeles, the Great Hill.
The great big hill. On our way.
Yeah?
Rockin' and roll.
ice cream pulling.
He just like the anti-gravity push.
What?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get this right here. You're going to need to get, maybe shake this up. This is the one that got the mega frequencies
Okay.
and the.
So you're just going to give it the whole jar? Or?
No, I want you to take some of that.
Okay.
That's our altered.
Okay.
Okay, that's the big
I
altered.
brought 3 of these vials, so that
Okay.
should be plenty to test on.
Yeah, and I'll give you a whole one of this. This was out in the truck and hasn't been unwrapped. This is original from Biloxi, but the other one that we unwrapped, it's like everybody's got the same frequency after John hit it.
Yeah.
And this one, you can take a sample out of this. This is
Wow.
from the source. This is supposedly from somebody that worked on the rig.
Yeah, that's from the source, I'd say.
Yeah.
So you can have that. So we can kind of analyze what's in this from
I'm
the.
going to stick my Geiger counter on that. I bet it's radioactive slightly.
I wouldn't doubt it. We have not done any
Came from
of that.
so deep underground, it's probably got a lot of thorium and uranium in it.
I think so. That's really deep stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so John, maybe you want to open those for him so
Oh, yeah.
he can get those out.
It came from like 35,000 feet down, they were saying.
Ooh!
Yeah, it's petroleum, all right. I don't know if we're
I
going to
don't know how we're going to do this, but
Need a spoon.
yeah.
Maybe we got something in the truck.
It's about as toxic as cyanide. A lot of people don't realize that.
And so, a lot of these people.
Definitely not jam.
Oh, don't use that end of it. Use the other end where it's more like a spoon, John.
I'll try to.
That's
Just
what
don't
I'm
get it
saying.
in your fingers.
Wipe it off, please.
Yeah, that might be
Ooh, I don't know.
sort of toxic. Yeah, that's like pure oil. When you said from the source, that you meant like water from the area around there. This is like the real.
Yeah, this is supposedly from someone who worked on the rig.
Hard to believe this stuff's worth money, but I guess it is. Yeah, I'd like to find out if there's increased amounts of naturally occurring radioactive materials in this. I bet you there is. It's so deep underground. This is from one of the primary reservoirs of petroleum.
I heard it's next to a salt dome too.
Yeah, so I heard it's also next to some volcanic lava chamber or something. What they say. Volcanic activity and petroleum and earthquake faulting are all related. So as we all know, petroleum does not come from dead dinosaurs. It comes from inorganic reactions deeper than the earth that form methane and higher molecular weight hydrocarbons.
So this doesn't have sand in it. This is just the pure goop.
Yeah, this is real stuff.
This is what was blowing out of that well. I mean,
Must have been, yeah.
that's been incredible pressure for it to blow.
The same color as the stuff they showed on TV, that's for sure. It's not black. Yeah, the pressure was like, depending on who you talk to, between 20 and 100,000 psi in that well. It's a mind
Like a
boggling.
rifle.
You realize it was the first. There's 2 wells that blew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was one that blew in February, and they had problems with it. And we think that the second well was the relief well that blew.
Oh.
They're trying to get because if you really go back and watch all the ROVs, suddenly there's different equipment, different BOP, all that kind of stuff. Wait a second.
It's pretty obvious that BP either doesn't know what it's doing or doing the right thing is strictly secondary to profits, or maybe a little of both. But they certainly didn't impress me in their handling this whole thing. That's a mind-boggling amount of pressure to handle in any kind of technological situation. If it were me, I would have been pretty cautious with drilling into that.
How much more of the goop do you want?
That's probably enough right there.
Okay. So how are we going to dispose of the fork? We now have a toxic fork.
Well, if you wipe it off thoroughly and wash it off with detergent, it'll probably be alright.
No rag around somewhere? No napkins? Maybe in the front?
No, John, I'm thinking, John, wait a second, just wrap it up in this plastic for now. Wrap it up in here so...
This stuff actually doesn't smell quite as strong as petroleum as some of the stuff near that you get near the surface. That's interesting. So.
Oh, the Corexic, I think, is a factor in this. Okay, and then the other thing to take out of is this guy right here. And shake that up and...
We don't have any trouble telling these samples apart.
That's going to be the curious one to see if that has any resemblance to healthy water whatsoever.
It smells fine. This smells like a little dirt and clean water.
Yeah, that's what we noticed. I mean, when we opened that up, the hydrogen sulfide just knocked us over.
Yeah.
We had headaches for 2 days.
Pretty strong stuff.
Okay, and then this guy, you can take the whole container, the one that's wrapped.
Okay.
That was its companion that was out in the truck, but it did get hit with the interferometer, so.
So John, do you think Bearden's right about some of these frequencies being able to make material objects appear and disappear out of the vacuum?
I think so. That's science complex.
Head and shoulders? Yeah. Is he the one that was experimenting with clusters of electrons or something like that?
We were just there yesterday. Pacific Coast Highway. Found a spot to stay for a while. Just let's see, a little south north of LA. These are the famous Malibu Hills.
North of LA, between LA and Ventura.
Ventura and LA. So a lot of movies are filmed here, by the way, folks. So I recognize these things, the Beach Boy, whatever you call it. Bay Watchers, and that's down the hill here. Malibu Beach Inn is around the corner, some corners. This is my old stomping ground, by the way. Kind of interested to see it when I return here. Nothing much changed, really. A few extra new buildings, but nothing too spectacular. In that meantime, there's been a lot of fires and mudslides up in this area here. And in behind here are a lot of people that are in the film industry, hide behind the hill. Not hide behind it, live behind there. Up and in behind these hills, and it's kind of cool. Anyway, I shall shut up now. Astro Navigator Nancy is
Very tired.
She's very tired. So.
Very tired. Whew.
This truck is not LA friendly with the freeways anyway. It jumps all over the place. But on the other roads, it's okay. So, okay. Over and out. Pacific Coast Highway on the beach. We just had an invigorating swim. It is now sunset. Coming in. zooming in. Here's somebody getting his dog out. Where's Nancy? Nancy's in Andy's truck doing something. Behind me are the famous hills. There are a lot of people that reside up and behind there. Zoom out. As I mentioned before, I tried an invigorating swim, which is very good indeed. I'll check out, find where Nancy's hiding. Somebody's working on something. I wonder who this is here. Working on giant cables and things.
Trying to get this. I found a heater hose clamp.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get it up around here.
Okay.
Clamp this guy in.
Right.
The latch keeps it down.
So Nancy found that driving down the main
Here we go.
highways in Los Angeles, it shook the cable loose. Very bumpy,
They've
strange
got
road.
it worked out. Here we go. So we put the heater hose clamp on here,
Mm-hmm.
and
Wow, look at this engineering.
now this guy's not going to be shaken loose.
And if it shakes loose, it's kind of dangerous because
We don't have trailer brakes.
don't have trailer brakes. This is Andy's truck, by the way. The infamous truck that has so far gone from Vancouver to Los Angeles, California, and we'll go on
First
to,
from Minnesota to Vancouver.
and from Minnesota to Vancouver too.
So it's been like 3,000 miles so far.
So it's quite an amazing truck. Temperamental, of course, but it gets the job done.
89 Dodge Turbo Ram farm truck. I don't think this is going to be going anywhere soon.
I don't think so either. It looks like it's a real good connection.
Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. That ain't going anywhere. Yeah, we didn't have the duct tape, but we found a heater hose.
I think she looks very cute now.
Heater hose clamps are almost as good as duct tape.
See?
And I didn't have a flathead screwdriver, but a needle nose will work too.
See? She's got those engineering skills. Versatility. Let's zoom in on this.
Ain't going nowhere. And see this thing, it jumped around so much it just flew off. So let's double check, make sure we got our connection.
Let's go double check for connections, so I guess we should film that. Wow, there you have it. Connections on the infamous trailer of Jason, which is carrying, well, a small part of an anti-gravity lab, what's left of it. The other part went off to Germany. I sold a lot of it. Machine tools and all that stuff are in Minnesota.
And the other thing we do is we make our own cigarettes.
Cigarette making manufacturing company here.
That's right. So maybe we can sit out on the beach
And make cigarettes.
and make cigarettes. And I remember the border people in Canada.
Yeah.
I happen to have some tobacco in my purse because these are rather loose cigarettes, you know. And I handed them my passport. And they said, "What is this inside of your passport?" Well, it's tobacco. What do you think it is?
Yeah, they always think so paranoid. We sure had a lot of fun with a bunch of antique muskets too.
All right.
I don't know what's wrong with these people, but anyway, it's a beautiful sunset. Catch you later, folks. Reporting live, JKH. Somewhere in California, and around Los Angeles, reporting live.
Beautiful sunset. Let me take a shot of you.
Okay, I'm gonna get filmed too now.
What?
I'm gonna get filmed too. Mr. Studley here.
Yes. You're looking so hot, Mr. Hutchison.
Choppy and the Mucky. Anything to I say? Anyway, I was in the ocean, swimming around. Marvelous good time. Well, there you have it. I don't know what else to say. We might not get something. I want to see a lot of people. I think I'm on to do here. It's a big city.
Okay. We have the additive-free
Yeah.
tobacco. Now, it's very important, since we're smokers, that we don't want to add more chemicals to our body than the nasty nicotine and tar. So we get the additive-free, and current cigarettes have something like 140 chemicals that are added to the cigarettes. So we want the additive-free, and we put it all in here, and then we have our 2Bs. And the 2Bs, now the current cigarettes that you buy in the store, they actually take the paper and they put a fire retardant on them, so then you get to smoke the fire retardant along with the cigarette. But now we have loaded up the tobacco, pull the handle, give it a push, and we have a cigarette.
Got a cigarette. That's incredible.
And then we use somebody else's empty packs of cigarettes, and we start putting in our own packs of cigarettes. And that is how we handle our nicotine addiction. Actually, tobacco was considered to be a sacred herb by the Native Americans. So we're smoking a lot of peace pipes here on our trip.
Well, there you go. I think so too.
Children, do not do this at home.
Don't smoke, kids. It's not worth it. Us crazy adults are doing it, so.
Once you get hooked, actually John and I got hooked the same age. Both of us at 14 years old started smoking.
So, guys, don't do it.
All right.
Right? Okay. Signing off.